Hey guys, what's up? This is David. Today we have my intake manifold. We're gonna try to finish that up here today. I was gonna do some pie cuts for the 4-inch. It was more of a pain in the butt than I thought it was gonna be, and I didn't like the way it was coming out. And a buddy of mine stopped by and gave me some advice, which makes sense because I got solid motor mounts, and everything will be pretty much welded together solid. But the bad thing about that is the torque from the motor when it transfers. Every time you give it gas and let off, kick the clutch, what it's going to do is stress out the actual piping that goes to the intake, to the throttle body, so it'll eventually crack my welds. I don't want that. This is what I had on there at first. I had this on here, and then as you can tell, I was gonna pie cut it, make it come up. These were all the cuts that I did for that, and didn't like the way it was coming out, so I went ahead and tore it back off. I'm gonna clean up the tacks that were here and here, and then the one at the bottom, and clean off the inside of it. There's some dingleberries in there. So I went down to my other buddy's shop and got this 4-inch with a 45 on it. So this is gonna sit in place here, so it'll be real nice and round. That way I ain't got all them pie cuts in the way. It's just a nice smooth flow. But what I'm gonna do here is cut this where it needs to be, here and then here. And then what I'm gonna do is an extra 1/2 inch is gonna be cut out, and then I'm gonna put a rubber hose in there, a flex hose, and that'll give it, when the engine revs up or kick the clutch, you know, all that torque, when the motor turns, it won't break the welds here or wherever. It'll have that little flex hose in there. So thanks for helping me out there. That's what we got. We're gonna go ahead and cut that, put that in place. I started grinding this down here, that way I could weld my AN20 male bung in there. That way I could weld that up real nice. I had to grind down this little stub right here. It came out a little too much, so I grinded that down flush to where this sits nice and flush. That little gap, that's fine. I'll weld that up. And then where my thermostat will go, I cut that housing. That way this could sit on there, just like that. Real nice. And then that will take place as the arrow, you know, flow in that way. That'll sit there like that. This hose here, I'm actually gonna bend that line, shoot it back that way. I'll keep all the flow going out of the way of this. That way it don't look as tacky. I'm trying to make it look as clean as I could get it, but we'll see how it all comes out. Alright, so what we got here today, I'm gonna weld that up, finish that. I'm gonna cut the tubing, weld it to the V Ban, and then weld the other part here, and then probably go out maybe, I want to say 2.5 inches, 3 inches. No, we'll say 2.5. Cut a 1/2 inch out of that, and then that's where the flex line is gonna be. I ordered it, so it'll be here in a couple days. I ain't gonna be able to put it on today, but I'm just gonna weld all the aluminum. That way I could get that out of the way and move on to the next project. Weld this bung here, complete the intake, and then the next video that I will be doing will probably be this side. Depends on if the parts come in. If the parts don't come in, I still got to get a 90 with the V Ban. Same thing here, and the same thing that I'm doing on this side. Put a flex hose here, but this is going to be not a V Ban. Just the V Ban is going to come off the 90 straight here. Oop. So all I got is 2 connecting points that have the hoses, and that's it. Motor, when it does its thing, torque over. It ain't supposed to flex that much, but we'll see how good these motor mounts hold up. You know, they're not the greatest, but got them on a good deal. See if they work. Not, I'll build them my damn self. Alrighty, well, here we go.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. A certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurry Face and